Hey everybody out there, this is Modern Day Duelist, and today for you guys I want to discuss to you guys about something. This may be a two-part video that I'm going to be discussing about it, but I want to talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market. Yes, the thing that everybody does market watches on. My good friend Master Swag Knight, VTRS Fest, and also John Moore, and there's a bunch of other people out there, but those are the three that I watched the most. Shoutouts to my boy, Master Swag Knight. Keep doing it, man. You're doing good. But yes, people do market watches, and the market is a beast on its own. It's a lot different than if you've watched stock market stuff and like in real life and just seeing how the stock market changes. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster market is a lot different, and it does have trends and tendencies like any market will. But there's a couple of things that I have noticed have really changed as the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market has become more of a, I don't want to say a science per se, because that's not the case, but more broken down into videos and people doing different things and discussions on over the course, I guess you could say, of the last 4 years. I've been doing YouTubing for 6 years on Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market has really not developed until about 5 years ago in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! About 5 to 4 years ago. And it wasn't until about 4 to 3 years ago that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market started to become a thing and people would make videos strictly on that. People would do maybe monthly market watches. Oh, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Okay, this is what you should buy out. Back in the day, if you guys don't remember this, we had Beckett Magazine. Hopefully my editor can find a thing from Beckett, a magazine, so it can refresh your memory what it looks like. But Beckett Magazine used to have a section where it had prices. It was a monthly price guide. For some of you older guys out there, you may say, what's a price guide? It's pretty much what you get every month, and it tells you what the price of your cards are. Are they going up? Are they going down? Things of that nature. And it also had some other Yu-Gi-Oh! Topics, but it was one of the ways we kept track of prices back in the day. Because back in the day, you knew what cards were, expensive. A Dark Arm Dragon, a Judgment Dragon, a Chaos Emperor Dragon, a BLS, your basic stuff out there that's hard to pull because it's a high rarity, but there wasn't a finite number. It wasn't where, I take my phone out, I go to TCG Player or some app, I look at the price and I say, oh, this is what its market value is right now. It wasn't like that. You pulled out a magazine and did it. I'm not joking. This happened probably up until 2008, 2009 at least. Maybe 2010, 2011 too. But that's how we used to, that was the market for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how we got a price for Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. But the thing I've noticed over time is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market has developed more and more into this beast. Where before, and I can testify this to the most part, there have been buyouts of certain cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Here and there. Once people started using TCG Player more and more and more for Yu-Gi-Oh! But what I've really seen developed over the last 4 years or so, more so 3 to 2 years now, is I've seen this development of people buying out old nostalgic cards. The old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Market has developed more and more and more and more. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, I understand why that price is going up with that card. Yeah, I get why that price is going up. Like a DDS Blue Eyes. Yeah, understand. It's a hard card to pull. Near mint, hard to find. Yeah, I get that. Or maybe the old original Egyptian gods we got back in the day from, I think it was like their Japanese English. Yeah, I get why they're about 100 a piece. I get that. Collectible. Yeah, I get why Ghost First Ed Stardust Dragon is expensive because Duelist Genesis was only printed in First Ed for sneak peek and 10s. Yeah. I get that. I get why Star Strike Blast goes up in price because the set never got reprinted. Yeah, no special editions. Yeah, I get that. Like, there's certain things I understand why cards retain value. But there's sometimes when it comes to older cards, especially, I sit there, I'm like, who the freak is buying this out? Why? Why is this random super from back in the day so expensive? Are people really collecting, Dark Revelations high rarity cards? I don't know anybody that's doing it. I don't know any vendors that are doing it. And you have to remember, this is coming from a guy that actually works at a card store and sells Yu-Gi-Oh cards daily. I don't see people walking through those doors and be like, ooh, it's First Ed. The only time I've ever seen that coming in was somebody was looking for a near mint First Ed Gate Guardian. And I was like, no, dude, we don't have that. We had one, and he was like grading it right in front of me. I was like, the thing's near mint. It has no scratches. The border was clean. It was clearly pulled. I knew the guy that had pulled it from the pack and literally sold it to the store years ago. So I'm just like, dude, why are you trying to... It's near mint. It's pack fresh. Literally, it went in the sleeve and went in there, and no one's taken it out since, out of the case. It's people like, this is something I've noticed more and more. It's gone from people just buying out old school cards, which makes sense because older school players are coming back into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And they have money now and they want to spend on their nostalgic stuff. I see this happen all the time. Players coming back in now that they're older and they have cash. It happens. And that's great to see players coming back into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's good for the health of the game. But the thing that I'm starting to see more now, a lot more slowly, is people want graded cards. And graded cards, I don't get graded cards. This is something that there's not a market for yet, unless you're on eBay. And believe me, I watch the market very carefully. I would do market watch videos, but everybody else seems to be doing them, and I just, I got other things to deal with and talk about rather than Yu-Gi-Oh! That I enjoy. But the thing you notice about graded cards, how the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards have been sold and just evolved now, is people will take a $5 super rare. Let's say it's a First Ed Celtic Guardian. All right, it's worth, I don't know the price right now. From Legend of Blue Eyes, First Ed, maybe it brings roughly $8, $10. And who's playing Celtic Guardian right now, right? No one's playing Celtic Guardian Turbo. I mean, if you are playing Celtic Guardian Turbo, I love you, but they're not playing Link in a deck. Hope somebody got that Link reference. But yes, but then they grid the card graded. They send it to PSA, they send it to Beckett magazine, they send it to, you know, a grading site, and they get it back, and now the card's an $8 card, and it shoots up to a $30 card. I mean, I get it. It's been graded, but who's buying that? Unless it's a YCS prize card, I don't see the value in it. And I know a lot of people have been talking about this more and more. I know Master Swag Knight's talked about it. I know VTR Fest has talked about this. And other people have talked about graded cards and how there's a market there, but it's a very niche market. And going back to when I'm talking about old school cards going up in price and just the market in general, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market has changed now into like cards get brought out immediately. If you don't already have that deck when new support is announced, you're already out of the loop. This is something I want to talk a little bit more in this video as I wrap it up here, is the market's evolved. 3 years ago, if a new set came out and there was new cards announced, you had a reasonable about, a couple of days for you to pick up the cards and you're good, right? You could pick up the cards you needed for said deck and wait for the new support to come out and you were Gucci. Literally now what I see is new support's announced. 10 minutes later, all the cards for the archetype that are worth anything are brought out. If you didn't already have the deck before the new support was announced, you're out of luck, literally. And I mean this is we see this not newer decks, but like older decks that get support. Worth about this deck and that deck, and it gets brought out right away. Price goes back and down, somewhat, but a lot of the time it's never going to go back down to the same price it originally was. For example, if the card was 50 cents and people brought it out and it shot up to $2, it's never going to go back down to 50 cents. It's probably going to hover around $1 to $1.50, from now on until a reprint happens or something. But the high rarity version will always stay, above what it used to be because it was brought out. So people just try to buy things out, juice people, as we used to say back in the day, and turn around and make a quick profit. I'm all about running your game. I'm not hating on your game. I'm just saying that I've noticed this has happened more of a thing in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! People are just trying to make a quick buck online and not thinking about how they're doing it. How am I making money back? Is this a wise investment or not? They don't engage their mind before they do the buying. They just think, and they don't even think, they just act. Oh, this support must, I'm never gonna read the card, just buy it out. Cool, that's your money, do as you wish, but be smart about it, guys. So this video, in conclusion, what I was trying to get at, guys, and just talk about was the evolution of the Yu-Gi-Oh market over the course of the last 4 years, how it's developed into just buyouts here and there, what it used to be back in the day, how it's evolved into now, where people just buy things out as soon as stuff is announced, till, you know, even nowadays, like I could talk about short prints and things of that nature, but that's a topic for a different video, how just people buy things out immediately. Like, it's so hard to gauge what a card's price is going to be upon initial release because people are so fickle and they buy things out prematurely and just, they want it now. They don't want to wait. It's like, let the price settle, then buy. That's the way it's always been. People don't do that anymore. People want the card right away. What people would do for the mighty dollar, as they used to say. But yeah, tell me your thoughts on, guys. What's your thoughts on the Yu-Gi-Oh market? Shout outs again to Master Swag Knight, John Moore, and VTR Fest. Keep up the good work, guys. Love your work. Love what you guys do. But this is just my experience dealing with the Yu-Gi-Oh market and seeing how it's evolved and changed over the course of time. Believe it or not, I am a vehemently person that actually studies the Yu-Gi-Oh market quite a lot. I just don't want to make videos on it because I find there's other things I want to talk about. So yeah, that's why you don't see Market Watch videos from me. But tell me your thoughts down below on the Yu-Gi-Oh market. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are some trends that you've been seeing over the course of Yu-Gi-Oh's history with people buying cards and things of that nature? Till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see all of you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Good luck dueling to all of you.
I'm feeling like I'm torn apart, like I might be nothing. You've been leaving all these scars on everything you touch, and you got me like, whoa, oh, oh.